Okay, guys, we're going to go over something kind of simple that's already built into the system, but I know that a lot of us have gotten guilty of not taking advantage of it because it seems silly or whatever. So I want to reemphasize the value, not just from a legal standpoint. Hope I have you intrigued now. We have invented a new word. It is called future casting. In sales training, it is once you have gotten the sale and they were closed, reconfirming, resealing down, making it tight, going back over it again. In other words, all right, I've made the huge emotional decision to move. Most salespeople at that point are like, oh, thank God, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to mess it up. I can't believe that plate is balanced on that stick. I am walking away from here. And what you really got to do, because I love the metaphor I just came up with in my head of the stick and the plate, is you got to keep that sucker spinning, man. I mean, you watch those dudes in little shows and they can leave it for a while, but when it starts to slow down, they got to run over and spin that thing back up. Same thing with sales. Once you've made the sale, if your hand's off, oh, I can't believe I got it done, there's a whole lot subconscious, psychological, spiritual going on there to scare the heck out of the client. But likewise, your client is insecure. They've made the decision, but it's, oh my gosh, I do the right thing, what am I going to do? And you know what people love to do? They love to bust your, pardon my friend, they love to bust your balls. They love to mess you up. They love to tell you why what you did was wrong. No one ever wants to tell you why what you did was right unless you're so dominantly right they have to, and then they're going to do it in a way that makes it seem good for them, but that's another story. They love to tell you what's wrong. Oh, honey, look what I just bought. I got you a new... How would you do that without asking me? Why did you make such a dumb decision? Hey, Mom, Dad, look at the new minivan we just bought. Well, that's pretty stupid, boy. How are you going to afford that when you got a new kid? I mean, everybody loves to buy you. What hits is, oh, did I screw up? Can I get out of it? Do I fix this? And even if they can't, even if you got them locked down through legal contract, their happiness factor will never reach what it should have. Their satisfaction will never be there. In a long-time marriage relationship, like a quality sale like we do, that stinks. You're not going to have them on your side. You're always going to be fighting them, trying to get them back to the middle. And they should be pulling you to the positive side. You should be pulling them back to keep them balanced, not being too optimistic. That's the right way to get it. The way you get that is future casting. The way you get that is locking them down. Reconfirm the sale. Reestablish the points. If you're selling fish at a fish market and they come by and you pitch it and you've sold the fish and you're done, you can just say, hey, go pay for the fish. There you go, leave. But if you're smart and you want them to really love that fish when they eat it for dinner that night, and you want them to come back and buy twice as much fish next time and go to all the friends, after they made the decision, you walk up and you confirm, man, why that halibut is the greatest fish ever. Have you ever seen a fish with such lovely color? You, sir, have amazing taste in fish. I can't believe, oh, you've never chosen a fish before? You have a natural eye. You should really stick with buying fish. By the way, you're going to love this halibut. How are you planning on cooking it? You know, that's a great way. I have a client that mixes with some cloves, a little cilantro, believe it or not, a touch of mayonnaise just to keep it moist. It's incredible. You really, oh, yeah, well, heck no, I'd love to get you that recipe sometime. Here, let me just write down. Reconfirm. That guy's going to go home and eat the worst halibut cooked in the worst way ever and can't wait to have his parents over to have dinner. And he's going to be so positive about how great it is that his parents are going to think it was good when it was trash. That is future casting. That's locking them down. You sell a guy a car and you get him into the finance office and you run away and hide, yeah, odds are this guy's not a satisfied customer. But you walk them all the way in there, sitting there like, man, I can't believe the deal you got. I've never seen the boss do a car deal for such a low price. That guy's sitting there going, you are full of crap. You're a liar. But in his subconscious, like, I am good. I'm a genius. And he's going to remember that. And even though every time he remembers, he goes, oh, they're lying. But maybe they're not. This is awesome. And you keep telling him, I can't believe the quality of that car. Can you believe what they've done? I mean, I thought 5 years ago they'd never make a better car again. But that thing's ridiculous. I mean, it will go for 15 years, 380,000 miles. It could run on water if we wanted to. Why, you have the best taste in the world in the cars. I used to think Toyota was good, but I'm telling you, sir, you're picking out that Chevrolet Tico. That was genius. You have got the right car. I know it's what I sell, but I'm telling you, you made the best pick on the lot. And that blue, I always thought it was green. Seeing you next to it, blue was the right color for you. You look like a model. The way that blue just pulls out your natural pigment. I don't care if it's silly. It makes them feel better. It does no harm. It reconfirms the decision they've already made. And that's what we all want. Nobody wants to convert to Christianity and then have everybody say, well, are you sure? Did you consider the Muslims? Did you think about Hindus and stuff? Oh, I can't believe you did that. My aunt's a Mormon and she's so much happier than all the Christians I know. No! They want to convert and have somebody go, you're the best. Praise God, what decision you made. We're going to celebrate. They're having this party in heaven. You're a genius. Don't you feel better? Not really. You should, and I do. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to reconfirm. And it's not wrong. It's right. It's what they need. When a baby comes out of the womb and cries, you don't discipline it. You nurture it. You feed it. Why? Because he's young and he just got here and he's hungry and it's what he needs. And through that he grows and strengthens and becomes better. Now, if you're an unethical dog and you're selling garbage and you're ripping people off, well then shame on you. This technique will still work to get them much stronger than they would have, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about serving the client and helping them get what they want. I'm talking about meeting their need and then helping them to feel good about it. I promise you, my wife, I had to confirm the heck out of her for the first 20 years, and I'm not sure I'm done. Even though it was the best thing in the world for her, she still has to be reminded all the time. She's got lots of friends who are happy to tell her the opposite. So we have to keep future casting our sales. Now, I'm going to get into you build it for a moment. One of the most important things about ours is when they sign is we have a very detailed contract. I've known franchisees that their close is they just send people home with the contract. The contract does such a perfect job. It says everything we do in a solid detail. It might as well be a sales brochure. It is so perfect on how it breaks it down. It is freakishly important in our world for making sure people understand what you said, not what they wanted to hear. It matters from a legal standpoint. But like I said, I'm not going to get into that. I want to get into it from this standpoint. You don't know it, but we've already got this built into your sales process. Your contract does it. Your contract locks it down. Your contract reconfirms, wow, that was brilliant. Your contract's wordage reconfirms, okay, that's what's good and that's what's bad, but it's disclosed and I know and I see the value of that. Your contract reconfirms exactly what you said and did. It locks them down. It totally seals the deal. It covers everything in a freakishly positive way. Yes, it's important legal, but that's irrelevant. It reconfirms 100% of the sales process. Every section they read through, every page they initial, they are making a deeper, more knowledgeable commitment. There is no way that that client can go back and say afterwards, well, that was stupid, son. You should have hired Jimmy, my friend, the builder. No, absolutely not. And let me tell you why. Jimmy does this, but this is what I'm going to get to do and how it works. He knows it. He owns it. He has reconfirmed it 11 times above and beyond the initial decision. And will continue to reconfirm it through the planning stage and everything else. Why is this important when it's already in there? Too many of us are getting in the habit of just signing the contract. Good old boying it, trying to get it signed like this because we're afraid there's something in there. Not reading it word for word to the client. We have a distinct way of reading this. If you remember, we've done a video. I've done them in the past, and we can resend it to you if you do not have it or remember that, or if you just want to see it again, of how to properly read through a contract. And we can always do that again as well if that is desired. Read your contract. Read it in detail. Read it in the right way. And if you don't know the right way or you're nervous, read it word for daggum word. And be proud of it. It's the ultimate. It's fantastic. It's perfect. You've even adjusted the verbiage a little bit to fit you, your store, your state, your community. It can't get better. It is so much in favor of the client. If anybody should be scared of reading the words, it should be you. But read it, not just from the legal standpoint, to lock your client down, to futurecast, to set the stage, to reconfirm and reaffirm the decision they already made. Don't try to glad hand it, don't good old boy it, and don't honestly send them home with it. Read it through. And here's another reason. If you hit a part that they're like, well, I don't know, thank goodness you missed something in the sales process. What a phenomenal time to clear that up, set it on the right path, and take care of any potential problem, fill them with happiness. Absolute, hugely important, necessary, fantastic, amazing tool that also is extremely important from a legal standpoint. So that's enough for today. This is true of many people. Those of y'all that do like to see these, and I know they get passed around for people not in our You Build It world, this applies to your business and your field as well. If you've got a section of your contract you're ashamed of or embarrassed of, get rid of it. Should never exist. Because if there is, it's somewhere where at least in your heart you know you're cheating your client. A contract should define terms for areas of foolishness. God willing, it will never come up. Things can happen. But it also mostly is just reaffirming, reconfirming the sales process and what was said and what was done and taking care of it. You should be proud of your contract and you should want it completely disclosed. And it should always go accordingly. Thank you all very much. And God bless you and have a great day.